evening, ladies and gentlemen. Come to you live from the outskirts of the internet. This is the Gaming Saloon for December 12th, 2014. With your host, Peacemaker2448, Rapid Epsilon, and Tommy Gun 2442.
This time with me actually getting the sound in the stream.
Yes, because, we have to have a problem with the show.
Yes.
Always.
Yep.
No matter what.
I have had a ball reading up on the whole Sony hack situation. Just hearing the ridiculous things that are coming out of that. That are all true, mind you.
Sony what situation?
A group hacked Sony and acquired a whole bunch of emails, a whole bunch of internal emails and documents. And this has led to leaks of a whole variety of things, ranging from absolutely stupid to, wow, I can't believe that actually got confirmed. For instance, Sony is planning on a 21 Jump Street cross Men in Black movie.
What?
Yes, that is actually a thing that they are thinking about.
Sony, stick to your games. Leave the movies be.
Bear in mind, this is a different, division of Sony.
I don't care. Stick to the games. Leave the movies be. We'll be
This
all
is
right
Sony
with that.
Pictures, not Sony Computer Entertainment.
Do what?
This is Sony Pictures, not Sony Computer Entertainment. Hell, Sony of Japan is apparently wanting to overrule Sony Pictures on the whole Marvel Spidey deal. Which, I don't know if I've told you anything about that.
The whole Marvel what deal?
Spidey.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear the Spidey part. All I heard was Marvel deal.
Yeah. Apparently, Marvel and Sony were in talks to co-produce a movie within the Marvel Cinematic Universe for Spider-Man. That would be, the cost would be split 60-40 with Marvel doing the 60 cost and in trade of gaining complete creative control. Because if Marvel's going to get Spider-Man back, they ain't fucking giving up creative control no matter what the situation is.
Yeah.
But Sony said no. And now they're thinking of doing an animated feature along with possibly rebooting Spider-Man again. I don't think it is, but I think I read somewhere that they're planning to be rebooting it again.
Many reboots.
I am surprised that the comic event for Spider-Man Spider-Verse hasn't made a reference to the two movie Spider-Men. I'm sure neither one of you know what the hell Spider-Verse is.
No.
Not particularly.
Okay. Here's the basis of Spider-Verse. There's this guy who's a vampire and he can cross dimensions. Him and his family are trying to kill every single Spider-Man across across the entirety of the multiverse. So, all of the Spider-Men from across from the entirety of the multiverse are teaming up to fight this family called the Morloons. Every Spider-Man. Go ahead.
All I'm picturing in my head right now is a bunch of Spider-Men lined up, tall, short, giant, skinny, fat.
Oh, trust me, it's not that. We're talking about Spider-Man 2099. Spider-Man Noir are appearing in this. A Gwen Stacy Spider-Woman, where instead of Peter Parker being bit by Spider-Man, I screwed it up. Instead of Peter Parker being bit by the spider, it was Gwen Stacy bitten by the spider.
Yeah, you told us about that comic.
Yeah. There's also Spider-Ham, which if you know the Simpsons movies with the whole Spider-Pig thing, that's not a joke, that's a reference.
Spider-Pig does whatever Spider-Pig does. Can he swing?
You know what's funny?
No, he can't. Because he's a pig. Look at it's a Spider Pig.
There's an entire universe based on that idea. in both Marvel and DC.
Who was Batman in the DC universe?
I don't remember. The only reason I know that is because there are cartoon shorts with this concept. I don't remember who Batman was.
Please tell me he was a duck, because that makes me think of one show that I love.
You might be able to look up the shorts, but yeah, there's that.
I really hope he was a duck. You know what I'm talking about, right? We did an episode of it.
Oh, Darkwing, yeah.
Yeah, that makes me think of Darkwing Duck. So please tell me that Batman was a duck.
I don't think he was a duck. I think he was something else.
Why
Let's
couldn't he have been a duck? It would have been the greatest thing ever.
There's Spider-Man 1776. Uh,
Yeah, you also told us about all the different time things.
Peter Parker's daughter from an alternate universe from the MC2 universe, and yeah, we're talking about that. You can look up a piece of art floating around that will give you a perfect idea of how the lineup of this Spider-Verse events essentially. Where only half of those guys in that picture have appeared as of today.
Wow.
Yeah. I just find it funny that Sony is just like slowly but surely being like, can't do this, but we're going to hold out because they honestly believe they could. And to be honest, and here's the funny thing: I was listening to a podcast, not podcast, a riffing of the season finale of Shield.
Okay.
Well, the mid-season finale of Shield, and one of them was talking about how Marvel could totally say fuck the contract with Sony, put Spider-Man in one of the movies, and take it to court and fucking win. Because you know who lawyers they have?
Who?
Disney. You want to know what's the most
That's
feared
true.
legal team in terms of corporations? Fucking Disney.
That is true. They could take them to court and completely just rape them with Disney's lawyers.
But in the same sense, they're also taking that same chance that it could turn out the opposite for them.
Are you kidding
True.
me? With Disney? That would
It
never happen.
could happen. I'm not saying it would happen. I'm saying it could happen.
True.
Well, you have to take a chance every once in a while, or else you're never going to get anything.
Okay, but
Well, Marvel
if they
already
do
did. It's called
that,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
okay, but say they do that. If they lost, they could technically never be able to touch it again.
True. And wait, why is it that Disney owns Marvel, but there's a Spider-Man ride in Universal?
Weird loaning out of rights laws. Like, just because Universal has a Spider-Man ride doesn't mean they own the rights to Spider-Man. They own the rights to doing a Spider-Man theme park ride.
Okay.
It's just like how Sony had the rights to do a Spider-Man TV series in the form of Spectacular Spider-Man. And when the animation rights reverted back to Marvel, Sony held on to the Spectacular Spider-Man property, so Marvel had to do a completely new Spider-Man show, which sucked.
Okay.
It's kind of complicated like that. Yeah, I think Spider-Man will revert back to Marvel within the next like 10 years. Because this whole Spider-Man cinematic universe that Sony's planning will fucking flop. It will blow up in their fucking face. Because Sinister Six will flop. Venom will flop. And that will cause them to either do one of two things. Out of desperation, reboot once more. To try to win people back. Or do a third... Or, in a sense, do a third movie and completely ignore everything that they've done so far. Or give the rights back to Marvel. In hopes of recouping money from these lost projects. But you know who's going to beat Spider-Man back to Marvel? Fantastic Four, because that reboot that's coming out soon, from what I've read about that movie's gonna fucking tank because it's gonna be terrible as shit. Because Doctor Doom, no, he's not the fucking king of Latveria. No, he's an internet troll, literally. Think about that for a second. Doctor Doom, internet troll.
Hmm.
That that is that is what's happening in this movie. It looks fucking terrible. Fantastic Four's going back first. Anyone else have any other interesting things that they've read about or heard about in the last couple of weeks?
No, not really.
What about you, Gleck?
No.
Oh. Well, guess we'll talk about gaming stuff now. I this no, to be honest, this first article is not all of the story. It's only the latest in this long line of what the fuck is going on.
Hmm.
I didn't know Destructive decided to call it Amiibo-geddon, but
The Amoeba-geddon continues. R.I.P. Marth.
essentially, the Marth, Wii Fit Trainer, and Villager amiibos are apparently being discontinued. This was the initial report that they were being discontinued. But then Nintendo came out and said that these three would come back at a later date. But now stores are reporting that they are not getting restocks of any of these three amiibos anytime soon.
They said back at a later date. They didn't say frickin', 3 weeks afterward.
Well, they're saying indefinitely. Like, there's no definitive time.
Oh.
They're saying nope. Like, they are completely out of the system. I believe that's the GameStop response of, they're out of the system completely. It's not that, oh, they're out of stock. No, they're gone. Which has caused these three to be a very rare thing, as when people fucking heard about this, everyone's like, oh my god, gotta get these now! Hurr! And also has caused the three of these to fucking skyrocket in price.
No doubt. It's the
Yeah.
Amiibo-geddon after all. I mean,
Yep. Highest price for a Marth on eBay, $300.
holy freaking crap.
To be fair, remember that Samus dual cannon factory error
Yeah.
that sold for over $1,000 on eBay?
Shit.
So did a legless Peach.
How did they screw that one up?
I have no idea. It depends on how they make the amiibos, I guess. I assume it has something to do with parts are not added on to this figure in the production, which is how I assume this Samus one happened. Is that a part was accidentally placed on the other arm? Yeah, but we're talking like way above retail price for Marth and Villager and Wii Fit Trainer, and this is fucking getting out of hand. There are specific eBay listings for this holy trinity of rare fucking amiibos, apparently.
Hmm.
And I'm just like, fuck off. Y'all aren't helping the situation. Y'all aren't at all whatsoever. And this whole thing is getting severely out of hand. And because there's so much conflicting information from Nintendo and retailers, I don't know if they're going to be in stock. I would assume Nintendo's not dumb enough to not restock them at some point. You know, all these like
Maybe.
100. Well, they weren't dumb enough to make Mewtwo only accessible through buying both games and registering them on the Nintendo Club. But I have faith in them for now.
Someone's got to.
Yeah, I just, it's getting out of hand.
Yeah.
This is getting out of hand. Of course, I'm tempted to tell my uncle about this whole threes thing and just being like, pick up one and sell one on eBay and see how much money you get.
Oh
Like,
God.
I want to find one of these three, buy it, just to set up an auction that's like retail price. But like it starts at like half retail price as an auction and goes for like a week and just see where the fuck it goes.
Oh
I
God.
want to see if it sells for a ridiculously stupid price if people are dumb enough to do this. I guarantee you, I could probably find one of the three here. I'm almost sure I could if I looked hard enough. Yeah. Black, you've been very silent on this whole amiibo getting situation.
It's the Amoeba Geddon.
Nothing
There's
else.
nothing else to say.
Yeah, it's getting out of hand.
Highly.
You know what's bad? All these hundreds of dollars not going towards Nintendo. Although the amiibos made just as much money as Smash Brothers for Nintendo. And we're talking in the millions.
Jeez.
Yeah. For anyone who doubts the amiibo idea, it literally matched the sales of Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers. Possibly their highest selling game this year. Yeah.
Dang.
Nintendo making the money this year. Because they decided, oh, we got this Wii U console. Let's put some really good games on it this year. Alright. Well, we talked about Smash Brother air codes. That don't think we have.
I
Yes,
don't
ma'am.
think we have either.
I don't know.
I know I've mentioned it to you two, but I don't think we've talked about it on air.
I don't think we have actually.
Well,
I love how ignorant some people are.
what?
Somebody decided to say Nintendo is never wrong.
Never wrong, huh? Let me introduce you to the Virtual Console. Or not the Virtual Console, the Virtual Boy.
The
A
Virtual
fant-
Boy, the deal with PlayStation,
the
uh,
deal with Philips.
Philips. Let's see. There was also Sonic.
Oh, the Sonic Nintendo games.
Yeah.
Yeah, those didn't go over well.
Yeah.
Black. It was like Black Knight and Sacred and Seven Rings, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, those didn't go over well, especially Black Knight. I think Seven Rings went over a little better, but Black Knight was just like, no, fuck this game.
Yep.
Anyway,
But yeah, so yeah. Next time you try to say something is never wrong, make
Nin-
sure you know for a fact that they have made no screw ups.
Nintendo's almost never wrong.
yeah. That's why they can't go bankrupt for the next like 10 years. They literally can't.
Jeez.
Anyway, Wii U error codes
Nintendo's
related to
almost
Smash
never
Brothers.
wrong, huh?
Almost. They still have their fallacies.
You want to know what Nintendo's 5 biggest screw ups is?
Well, we named three. What's the other
Forcing
two?
Star Fox into a non compatible IP, mishandling Metroid in the US market,
Oh, so Adventures
Okay.
in Other M?
Okay.
producing the Virtual Boy.
I'm
Oh.
gonna say this, and people can get pissed, but honestly, not treating adventures like a Star Fox game, it was a good game.
Yeah. And here's the thing, that wasn't supposed to be a Star Fox game. They made it into a Star Fox game.
Simply because they needed the money.
Yes. That wasn't supposed to be a Star Fox game.
Let's see, losing the Final Fantasy franchise because they did have it for a little while there.
Yes, but that was because of disagreements with Sony. Sony was the one who pulled out on that one. Because the
And
N64 wasn't up
then
to their standards.
and then their little mishap with PlayStation 1.
Was there a mishap with PlayStation 1?
Huh?
What was their mishap with PlayStation 1?
Their deal with the PlayStation 1 when they were going to create the PlayStation 1 with Sony as a co-company, and then they
It
went,
wasn't the PlayStation 1, it
oh,
was something else. It was supposed to be a hybrid system.
it was supposed to be a hybrid system, but then they decided to cancel, so the PlayStation 1 was released. Anyway, they decided to screw up and go, you know what? We don't need this system, and you're never going to be able to create a system. So bye. We're going to go be big shots. Yeah.
They didn't say you couldn't create a system,
Well,
they just, the deal fell through. That was the
they
thing
might as
there.
well have said that. But I mean,
Yeah, and who still doesn't have a top notch system? Because I'm sorry, in all seriousness, you can't classify really either the Xbox One or the PS4 as solely a top console.
Yep. Not yet anyway.
but
But you know
let's
what is
see.
making money this year? The Wii U.
Let's see. They screwed up the launch of the Wii U.
True.
They're screwing up this this whole amiibo situation.
They aren't. It's just there's conflicting information. A group of people saying one thing, Nintendo has said another thing, but no one knows what the whole situation is at this point. Nintendo's not screwing it up because they came out and said that the figures are coming out at a later date. It's just the stores are reporting what they're saying, and what they're saying isn't matching up with what Nintendo's saying.
Oh, you want a pervert's dream?
What?
Apparently, if you buy Princess Peach, the amiibo, yeah, she's wearing panties.
And
Just the fact that they're there apparently has people blown away.
what the fuck does that mean? Yes, Peach is wearing underwear. What the fuck would be there? Nothing? I'm sure the trophy is the exact same because the amiibos are based off the trophies in Smash.
Let's see. Donkey Kong is also sipping an upside down styrofoam coffee cup.
Alright.
Marth's face is screwed up and has a bendy sword. Fox has his legs caught on a blue jelly. Someone sneezed on Wii Fit Trainer's legs.
I was about to say that blue jelly you're talking about is what's supposed to keep the figure standing. Anyway, now that Fox derailed us from what
Again.
we're supposed to be talking about.
Oh, I had a couple more. There wasn't that many actually left.
Let's talk about the error codes.
Okay.
Now, there are error codes with the Wii U related to Smash Brothers. Nintendo is investigating this. No one's sure exactly what the fuck's going on with this one. Because it may occur when players are engaging in the For Glory online mode, which is the competitive online mode, essentially, under certain conditions. And in some cases, it can affect the performance of your actual Wii U, or even disable some functions. AKA, it can brick your console. I'm not kidding. It can brick it.
Hmm.
Like this is like the extremes these error codes are doing is ridiculous. It's ranging from not being able to play Smash Brothers to bricking your console if you try to reformat it.
That's pretty bad.
I don't know what's causing this, but I'm afraid to play Smash Brothers if I get it for Christmas now.
No doubt.
Because I'm like, if this isn't fixed, I run the risk of bricking my Wii U, and I don't want to brick my Wii U now that I actually have games to play on it. Like, like this is a bit frightening. I hope Nintendo fixes this soon, but I don't. When you have such a weird set of conditions that this happens on, and the fact that it has a wide range of effects on your console, that's going to be a tough one to nail down, I would think.
Yeah, but what I don't understand is didn't you say that this didn't happen when they were testing it?
I don't know if I said that, but I would think that this didn't pop up then
I'm
because
thinking
this
you
is
said that you saw somewhere about that.
yeah,
I mean, wow.
this has only popped up in the last like few weeks.
There hasn't been anything like update wise, has there? Because perhaps that was is it.
I Not for the Wii U. I think the 3DS one the 3DS one got patched, but I don't think the Wii U one got patched. I don't think.
Well, that really is weird. Because I mean, I could understand a patch screwing it up. I've seen that happen before.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about like the day one patch because I know there was a day one patch for Smash Brothers. I'm talking about like a patch that recently happened. 'Cause I think there was a patch that recently happened, but it was only for the 3DS one to get it up to being in line with the Wii U. I think it's it's very weird. I will say, and it worries me because I asked for Smash Brothers for Christmas for Wii U, and I really want to play some Smash Brothers Wii U, but I don't want to brick my Wii U in the process.
I can't blame
Eh,
you there.
Good news is I asked for other games for Wii U so I can play those until they fix it.
If it's fixable.
I just well, as long as they at least identify what the fuck is causing it. Because it seems they've narrowed it down to it's something with For Glory, and if it's with something exclusively with For Glory, I'm okay with that. Because I'll ignore For Glory all I want because I'm not an online Smash Brothers competitive kind of guy. So I would be okay with that. But if it's not like specific to For Glory, that I guess we can talk about Steam now.
Steam Stream.
Yep.
That is a
You
mouthful to
can
say right there.
yep.
Huh.
You can now stream games through Steam. Although it's only on the beta stuff right now. Yeah, let's see. For a friends list or a friends profile page, you can watch a game and watch your friends play games. And you can only do friends you invite. Friends can request to watch my games. Yeah, anyone can be allowed to watch. So A
And
wide
the
variety.
whenever you set it to anyone can watch, you wind up being listed on the website for other people to pull it up from the website instead.
Although people did exploit this initially. People added VLC Media Player onto their Steam list of games, and were streaming porn. Thank you, Internet. Really appreciate that one.
Well, there's a reason why it was in beta.
Yeah.
That was
I don't
why.
think
It
that's
was to weed out the stupid people.
yeah. I don't think that's the case anymore because I looked. Haven't looked through the entire list of people streaming it, but I did look initially, and it seemed like that was cleared up, at least for now. I'm sure people will find another way around it by adding in, I don't know, a web browser. Like I could see people doing it that way.
You just had to give an idea there, didn't you?
I'm sure someone's already thought of it.
Yeah,
It's
but
not like you can't add.
you just gotta fuel those flames, don't you?
Well, it's not like you can't add anything to your Steam list. Literally, if it has an executable, you can add it to Steam. So everything, literally everything. Like I think I could add TeamSpeak to Steam.
Yeah, you can. I've done it.
But yeah, it's a nice option, but when we tested it out, it was like it was kind of because it's good if you're like streaming by yourself, but if you have other people on like we do normally,
It's a
they
bit
can't hear
tricky
them.
because I know it can be done because I hopped in on another stream just seeing how good of a quality they did, and I could hear other people talking.
They might have been in the same room though.
That's something I don't know. I don't know if there might be a setting I just couldn't find or what, but yeah, it don't like dealing with the groups.
Yeah, I think you could tell if it was the same people in the same room or different people because all you have to do is listen for mic quality.
Well, yes and no. If you think about it, a lot of times Glock sounds like he's muffled out compared to both of us.
Yeah,
So,
That's probably just my mic quality though.
but in the same sense, that would also sound like you could potentially be in the same room with one of us,
yeah.
just farther away from the mic. And that I couldn't exactly tell if the people I'd hopped in on if it was that or if it was different mics or what.
Yeah.
So
And
I'm gonna think it's possible, but I don't know how.
yeah. And also, people could be in the same house, but be on different mics in different streams.
Yeah.
Trust me, that happens. I know of two people who live in the same house, but they stream on different streams and are in different places in the house. That was two people who are a part of the who are trying to go for world first on Destiny with the new raid. They didn't accomplish it. They didn't kill Corta that day. They only killed Corta like yesterday. I haven't watched like the whole kill video
Oh wow.
because I want to see like how that Corta fight goes down because it looks ridiculous in terms of what they're being asked to do because the damage output is so minimal. It looks like. Although yeah, I'm the only one with Xbox Live right now in Destiny.
Yeah, you're the only one with both.
Yeah. Because you've got Xbox Live, no Destiny. And Glock's got Destiny, but no Xbox Live.
Yeah.
I'd be scared to do those raids. Because I'm like, you have to know what the fuck's going on in those raids. Because the game don't tell you shit at times. Like, watching them attempt to do the raid without any real knowledge of what's going on, it is so uh so much trial and error. You're like, okay, do we stand on this thing? Are we good to go now? Like the second part of the courtesan one, like it's it's very deceptive because there's so much going on in terms of what you need to do. If you don't know it, you're gonna fuck up and you're gonna pay for it hard.
Hmm.
Because it breaks down to you have these two little tower things that if someone's not standing on them, if they glow red and they glow red long enough, everyone dies. So you got to have 2 out of your 6 people on one of these, one person on each. Then you have to have a third person in the middle making this bridge to this other platform across this big chasm that's mirrored of this stage you're on. The other 3 people are kind of get to roam around, but after a while, a sword bearer comes out bearing this sword, and you have to kill him. And one person has to pick up the sword, run across the bridge, because that's the only way you can get across the bridge is if you wield a sword. Get across, kill this gatekeeper with the sword, because he can only be killed by the sword. Also, the sword is on a time limit that's very small. Like,
Jeez.
it's enough time for you to grab it, get across, kill, and that's it. If you're quick enough, you'll have a little extra time on the other side. But if you fuck around, you're screwed. Then it becomes a transference of that person now has to stand on one of those two platforms that glow and kill everybody if they glow long enough. And you have to work and get all 6 people across. You can't shortcut this. All 6 people need to get across.
Jeez.
It took them hours to do this. We're talking 6 people fully decked out at the moment. Like, they were level 30s. They were all level 30s. They were experienced Destiny players. And it took them hours to do this.
Golly.
Yeah. And bear in mind, game doesn't tell you shit. It doesn't tell you what I just explained. It tells you when the bridge is fully formed, when a thing is glowing, and that's it. Rest of the shit you gotta figure out. That's how Destiny rates are. Alright. Any your thoughts on the whole Steam streaming thing?
Besides, I gotta try to find my mouse. Not really.
Well, this next one's gonna be short because it's the biggest non fucking duh in history if you know what's going on.
This one.
Just in case you're wondering. Star Wars and Marvel are on the table for Kingdom Hearts 3.
I've heard rumors that the black dude is actually the main character in the new Star Wars movie. Do you know if any of that's true?
I haven't heard any rumors about the new Star Wars. Granted, I wouldn't put much stock in those rumors just yet because we know so very fucking little about this movie. Hell, we just found out his name recently and that he's on the run, and that's it. That's all we found out about him recently.
Huh.
I doubt because I think there are other people who would be like main. Granted, Star Wars has always been an ensemble cast kind of movie, so it's hard to say one person's a main character.
Oh my god!
What?
Kingdom Hearts 3 is PlayStation exclusive!
Welcome to fucking 2 years ago. When, no. Yeah, like fucking year ago. We knew that already.
I didn't! Shut up!
We found it at E3, I think. Yes, we found it at E3. It's coming out for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
Shows how much he pays attention.
Good God. Anyway, they're on the table. Let's see. Hayase, co-director of the series, says all are under consideration for the Kingdom Hearts universe. Nothing's off limits. We're considering all of the worlds. There are so many wonderful concepts. We're happy about that, but at the same time, it's really tough to choose. Now, here's my theory. There's going to be a Star Wars world. But you know what's going to be?
What?
It's going to be for the new movies.
Probably, yeah.
Because Disney's going to want to promote the ever-loving shit out of the new movies. Which means they are going to want this in Kingdom Hearts. Because Kingdom Hearts is a big video game franchise. And if promoting the Star Wars movies means putting them in, it's going to happen. Marvel, it all depends on when the hell the game comes out, what movie they might promote. Because there's a variety of movies they could promote. They could stick with just Avengers, or they could promote whatever fucking movie's coming out at the moment. Which could be any of them, because we don't know when the game's coming out. We know Marvel until, like, what was it? We know Marvel up to, like, the Infinity War stuff. And I forget when the Infinity War stuff is coming out.
I don't remember right offhand.
Let me look at that real quick. "2019. We know when movies are coming out till 2019. I guarantee you, the game will come out before 2019. But that's a Captain America movie, a Doctor Strange movie, a Guardians 2 movie, a Thor movie, a Black Panther movie, the first part of Avengers Infinity War, Captain Marvel, Inhumans, Infinity War Part 2. It could be any of them. So, I don't know. Now that Disney has Marvel and Star Wars under their, I wouldn't say control, but under their umbrella, it's kind of one of the biggest nadas because people have been predicting this for months for Kingdom Hearts 3.
How
I think
stupid can people be?
what?
Someone didn't realize that Vivi is in the game.
Vivi?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, isn't that the black mage from 8
Yes.
that Vigar's based off of? And by
Yes.
based off of, I mean almost completely ripped off of.
Yes. And someone didn't think that he was in the game.
Yeah, he's part of.
He's one of the main ones you talk to in freaking Kingdom Hearts 2!
Yeah, he's a part of. I think what the fuck was his name? What was the name of asshole from like
Cypher. Or
Roxas's
Cypher.
Cypher?
Cypher or
He's part
Cypher.
of Cypher's gang.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on this duh thing?
No?
Alright. Well, let's talk about the Game Awards.
Oh, Lord.
Now, we all were kind of half watching it last Friday. None of us have had the chance to go back and watch them, even though the replay's readily available. It's up on YouTube. officially.
You want just to go back because I just now thought of this.
What?
You know what they're gonna do?
What?
Jar Jar's gonna be back.
To be honest, if they're gonna bring back Jar Jar, bring him back as a summon.
People are gonna sit there and watch him die over and over again.
Exactly. That's why he needs to be a summon.
They're just gonna sit there. They're gonna be perfectly content with dying over and over again because it's Jar Jar. Oh,
Now, if you're gonna get a companion, I suggest R2 because fuck y'all. Because if you want to know who the greatest hero of Star Wars is, it's R2. You want to know why? He saves the main characters' lives in every single movie. He is the unsung hero of the Star Wars universe. And I am not kidding. He literally has. At one point in all 6 movies, he has saved the main characters.
Oh
who?
wow.
R2.
Yeah, yeah. R2 is like, yeah. I can't think of a good a, a good comparison.
Nah, I can't think of one either.
I can't really think of a really good comparison.
Yeah, he's the unsung hero of the Star Wars universe because he's there when the heroes need an out.
Yep.
Also, I think he's a bit what's the word I'm looking for? He's very cursy with his words at times, just based off his dialogue with C-3PO.
I I really wish that they might consider putting Darth Maul in there because I want to see Darth Maul as a villain. I
He,
really want to see him as a villain because he would make the best Kingdom Hearts villain, I think.
he has the potential to pop up in Rebels because I don't think he's dead yet in terms of the prequel stuff. Like he
Oh
could
yeah,
show
I
up in
know that.
Rebels, but at Kingdom Hearts, unless they do something specifically like prequel based, I would doubt it. Because I was going to say this earlier, but the biggest question should be is whether or not Star Wars and Marvel are going to be in Kingdom Hearts 3. It's going to be what of those two properties is going to be in Kingdom Hearts 3. I think for Star Wars, it's going to be the new trilogy stuff. In all honesty, it's going to be.
True.
For Marvel, at best it would probably be, or my best guess would probably be, it would be something Avengers esque. But in all honesty, it could be anything. Like Marvel has confidence in all their properties now. Now that Guardians of the Galaxy has made a boatload of money for a franchise that is obscure as fuck and didn't mean anything until a comic store, a one comic event put them on the map, kind of. Because think about this: when was the last time you heard about the Guardians of the Galaxy before the movie?
Oh God, it had been a
Uh,
while.
Like that empowers Marvel to be like, oh, we could do anything with any character now because it will sell. Anyway,
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about the award stuff first because why not go over who won what? All right. Guess we'll just start going down the list. Game of the year went to Dragon Age Inquisition. I don't know. I've been listening to the last 2 episodes of Tolbiscuit's podcast, Co-optional.
Wait, which article are we? Which article are we on?
The first GameStop one? Or not GameStop. GameStop.
The first one.
Yeah. Yes.
Are all of the awards on here? It looks like it's just one.
Uh,
scroll
no, all
down.
the awards are. Scroll down.
Okay, okay.
It says Dragon Age. The title of it is Dragon Age Inquisition wins Game of the Year, Game Awards, but everything's fucking listed there.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been listening to Phil Biscuit's podcast talking about where he's gotten to talk about Dragon Age Inquisition a couple of times, and he's been very mixed about it. Like he really likes the story stuff, but in terms of all the side quest and all the open world esque things, or like the open zone esque things about it, he doesn't really care for it at all.
Hmm.
So I don't know. Of course, he also brought up how Dragon Age is like a very mixed bag of a franchise because all three of them are very different. Independent game went to Shovel Knight. Yay. Narrative went to Valiant Hearts, which Tobiscuit was talking about how they got their award like shoved into like pushed off onto him on the side stage while he got on the main stage, and he's like, hey, "Give Valiant Hearts the main stage. I don't need to be up on the main stage accepting my award."
Yeah.
Which I thought, I respect you for that. He's like,
Valiant
yeah,
Hearts was an amazing game.
yeah.
It was, oh, it made me want to cry.
Trey Parker
That's
has various voices for South Park, and I'm like, I no.
the bad part is though. The bad part is though with Valiant Hearts, it's been a really long time since any game has made me want to cry. So it hit that much of it hit that much emotion. So I was happy to say that that was one of my favorites when it came to narrative. And again, I still don't agree with South Park because really that's all Trey Parker does. That's his job from the very beginning. That was his job. He still has his show that he does that as. He is all of those characters. All he was doing was his job.
Yeah,
So
I'm
how is it
Okay.
a best performance?
Okay. Okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did the others not get paid for what they did?
Yes, but I'm
Then
saying
that was their job.
he had past experience with these characters. He had so much
I
experience with
I
these characters.
agree with you on that part.
What
You
season is
can't
South Park
claim
in
that
right
that's his.
now?
You can't claim that that's his job. That's why he shouldn't win that award. Because really, all of them, that was their jobs, were to be those voices.
And Melissa Hutchinson has experience with her character because she got nominated for season 2 of Walking Dead. That was the same actor, voice actress for one time for season 1.
Yes, but this was a game that she started off as Clementine, and it was in the game specifically. She's not in the show.
But it was her job to be the voice. You see what I'm saying? You cannot use that was his job as an excuse because technically that was all of their jobs.
I mean, if you look at
You could say that he
even
shouldn't win
Kevin
because he
Spacey.
had you could say that he shouldn't have gotten that because he has to do those voices for every episode of South Park, so it's common sense he should have been there. You could use that reasoning,
Yes,
but you can't use the whole that's his job because
I didn't mean it
of
like
course that's
that's
his
his
job.
job. I didn't mean it like that's his job. I meant like what you said. It's common sense. That's what I meant by that. Sorry, but I mean, even looking at Kevin Spacey, even
That's
honestly, my choice, I would have gone with Troy Baker. Even though I swear to God, the guy does 1,001 roles. He did amazing as Italian. I putting everything down. He did amazing as that character.
yeah.
And
I,
oh my God, he is the best at these jobs. I oh,
well, Troy Baker. Let me see how long he's been a voice actor. So he's like He's been around a long time.
I want to see him as a true actor one time. One time, I want to see him
He
in a
he
movie,
has.
in a real movie.
Looks like he's been in a bunch of TV series roles. Shelf
Yeah,
Life, the Imposter, Comanche Moon, Laws of Chance, and Striking Range. Granted, he's technically in a movie for when it comes to
animated.
or no, not that. I meant
Because he's
what's the
in the Naruto Shippuden movie. He's in the Full Metal Alchemist movie. He's in Resident
oh,
Evil Degeneration. Uh, he's in
I was
Bleach
talking about
Memories
more.
of Nobody.
I'm talking about like I was thinking of Nathan Fillion because technically, for like Nathan Fillion, he's technically having to act out all his lines for Uncharted because of how
Yeah.
they do the capture for it. He might even have to do that for Metal Gear Solid 5 because he's Ocelot in that.
Crap, he played his freaking. Here is how versatile this guy is. He went he didn't go from it, but he was Booker DeWitt in Bioshock Infinite,
Yeah.
as well as the Joker in Arkham Origins.
Yeah. People were upset about that, but he did a fine job, if you ask me.
He did an amazing job. He's no
Hell,
he's no
he was in Advanced Warfare. He was Jack Mitchell.
yeah, he's not Hamill. No, he's not. But for God's sake, give the boy credit. He did an amazing Joker.
Yeah. Also, he is Simon Blackquill in Dual Destinies for all of 3 lines. Because there's
Yep.
only 3 voice lines for Blackquill, I think. Which is funny. Which is probably why he's uncredited. It's like, look, I didn't do enough voice work to be credited for this.
I mean, for Christ's sake, he's pagan men in Far Cry 4.
Alright.
That should tell you something about how good of an actor he is.
Well, honestly,
Oh,
Spacey was one of the best parts of Advanced Warfare from what I've seen, so.
he really was.
Remaster went to Grand Theft Auto 5, and
I I kind of agree, and I kind of don't. It's
also,
I don't know. When you've got stuff like this, I almost feel that it's unfair to like how they've got Pokemon in there. I almost feel like it's unfair for that because if you try to compare it to a console remake, of course it's not gonna stand up to what you would expect.
yeah.
Even though it
Probably,
could be a great remake, it just wouldn't hold up to it. And that's where I kind of there was a few of them that I'm like, I don't know if I'd pick those choices.
it might not help Master Chief Collection that it's still kind of a broken mess, apparently.
Yeah,
Yeah, they have delayed Spartan Strike, another one of those like mobile type Halo games. They've delayed that for the simple fact of they want to get Master Chief Collection working. And I have to wonder, it's like, how screwed up is the game? Like, what is so screwed up about it? Because I keep hearing talk.
multiplayer is the biggest.
Yeah,
I feel like the biggest thing is the story they're trying to all pilot into one big story, but the multiplayer they're trying to divide it throughout the games, which is
And
gonna
that's
make
what's causing
them
the problems.
yup
They're having
because
to
they're
run
trying
they're having to run 4 times the servers to get all 4 games running properly.
yup while at the same time trying to compact everything together when it comes to campaign wise. I feel like the campaign will be the easiest and the hardest at the same time.
what in terms of like
Because
the playlist?
but No, the campaign, because of the fact that yes, the playlist, because that's going to be a really long story,
Oh, I just
and because of the fact that if you pile all of those together, you've got to come up with some kind of filler to be able to cross between the games unhitched and have it go smoothly. You've got to create some kind of filler in between the games to make them all tie together really well.
oh, there's shorter playlists besides the really long like 1 through 4 playlist. The problem you're running with those playlists is you are hopping from game to game to game.
Yeah.
Let's see. Action Adventure went to Middle Earth. Shadow of Mordor. Fighting Game went to Smash Brothers on the Wii U. I was pulling for Ultimax, but I knew it wasn't gonna fucking win.
Yeah, it's not even in, it's still not popular enough here.
To be honest, Persona 4 has garnered more interest in the franchise than anything else.
Yeah.
That's why that specific game has gotten 2 anime adaptations. Two. Well, Persona 3 only gets film adaptations.
Yeah.
Multiple film adaptations to cover the entire game. I think we're up to 3 now. Sports racing went to Mario Kart 8. Shooter went to Far Cry 4, surprisingly.
I'm actually surprised. But, well, okay, I say that, but then I take that back. From what I understand, everyone is kind of poo pooing on Advanced Warfare because they're using the whole, it's like Halo now comment.
Not really.
No.
It's more. It's got a little bit of Titanfall in there, but actually, I've heard the better comparison. It's like it's a little bit more like Unreal, to be honest, than anything. From
Really?
what I've heard from a couple people, yeah, it's a little bit more like Unreal because of all the jetpack stuff. It's a little bit more like Unreal.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah,
I can't
like most
believe
people
I'm
may.
saying it, but I would actually give that a shot then if it is like that.
Yeah,
What?
I've heard that from a couple people. Advanced Warfare is more kind of like Unreal because of the how the jetpacks are implemented. I've heard that from a couple different people.
Huh.
If
Yeah,
that's the
it's not.
case, I wouldn't mind trying it just to see, because I
Yeah,
like Unreal.
if they're saying it's like Halo because of the jetpacks, they do not understand how jetpacks work in Advanced Warfare or in Halo because it's 2 different systems.
I think
Like the
it's
Halo
more of a
one,
case of Halo was the first one to kind of get it openly out there,
yeah,
console side. So now Advanced Warfare's coming in doing it, and it's like, oh, you're just trying to mimic.
yeah, because Call of Duty one is the jetpack and the dash put into one, and they don't pull you out if you dash. Like they don't pull the camera out if you dash. You are still in it when you dash.
Hmm.
Yeah, you don't go through third person when you dash, which means you can shoot when you dash, which I don't think you can do in Halo. I don't think can
Not
you? Because I don't.
currently, at least.
Yeah,
Because I know
because
they were showing off some pretty good stuff out of Halo 5's beta stuff.
yeah, but yeah, you can't really do that. But then Call of Duty, you can, and actually, it's built into the system to where you can do that. Yeah, there's even a ground pound involving the jetpack, so it's a lot more directional than Halo's, and it keeps you in the fight more. Honestly, Advanced Warfare is not as bad as I think people are giving it, but I think a lot of it's just coming from franchise fatigue.
I think it's finally a case of everyone's
People are tired of Call of
realizing
Duty.
everyone's realizing that Call of Duty's not what it should be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Total Biscuit.
a game like Call of Duty really should be a lot better stance than where it is right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what makes me think that some of the stuff is coming from franchise fatigue from people. It's just like they're so just like tired of Call of Duty that they don't care about this new one, and they'll just say anything just to not care about it. Some people, like in all honesty, this kind of looks like one of the better Call of Duties we've gotten recently. I agree with Telebiscuit. It's like one of the better looking Call of Duties we've gotten in recent years.
Hmm.
All right. Role playing game, went again, Dragon Age Inquisition. I was kind of pulling for default and Dark Souls, but oh well. Family game went to Mario Kart 8, to no one's surprise considering its competition. The Connect game, two toy games, and Tomodachi Life. How many people here have heard of Tomodachi Life? Because I have. Because I know of people who play the game.
The only reason I
I've heard
have
of
is
it.
because of the
I heard
commercials.
about its release. I heard about its release, and that was it.
Yeah.
Still no idea what the heck it is. But
It's essentially a very like Sims kind of game that you can use with your Mii's.
oh, okay. Ugh, the next category is something that I have problems with, kind of.
Online experience goes to Destiny, and I go, the fuck you talking about there, son?
I
Really?
thought Titanfall was better.
Yeah,
Titanfall was better.
Destiny's got issues with online.
Yeah.
Also, some exploitable things with online, like for raids. If someone can get you to a checkpoint in a raid, you can keep going with that raid with your team. It's kind of exploitable like that.
Huh.
But yeah, I don't know. Destiny, I wouldn't consider it the best online experience. In all
Mm,
honesty,
no.
it tries to be an MMO, but not really some of the things it needs to have as an MMO.
Uh-huh.
Mobile handheld game went Hearthstone, and fuck you. Hearthstone is a good game, but don't call it a mobile handheld game.
Bravely Default should have won that one.
Granted, they probably wouldn't have went to Smash Bros. If it didn't go to Hearthstone.
Bravely Default should have won that.
Developer went to Nintendo. Score soundtrack went to Destiny. Game for
Again.
Change went to Valiant Hearts. Anticipated went to Witcher 3. Industry Act Berta and Ken Williams of Sierra Entertainment, where they also announced a new Dragon Quest, but well, not Dragon Quest, a was it? Yeah, Dragon Quest. But we'll get to that here in a bit. Esports went to Nadeshat from Call of
Nade
Duty.
shot.
Nade Shot,
Nade
Nade,
shot.
Nade
Like
Shot. Okay,
grenade. Grenade.
yeah,
It's
yeah, I
nade
see that
shot.
now. Yeah, Nade Shot from the Call of Duty scene. Esports team went to Ninjas in the Pajamas from the Counter Strike scene. Trendy Gamer went to Mr. Total Biscuit. I've actually subscribed to his channel. Like, I'm gonna start listening to his podcast more.
I like Vanoss. I really like Vanoss.
And best fan creation went to Twitch Plays Pokemon. I'm.
Eh.
It's good to see that Twitch Plays Pokemon got recognized long after it lost a lot of its steam.
I wish that Ego Rapper's best Zelda rap ever would have won. That was a great thing to listen to. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to it now. It's great.
So you're now openly trying to push people away from our stream. Good one, Glock.
No. 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 Oh my god.
You
Never
told him to
mind.
go.
Okay, I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah, I thought it was cool that Tobiskin in his acceptance award he was talking about his cancer and talking about the Make a Wish kid he couldn't visit.
Mm.
Like that was a nice speech. And I've also subscribed to his channel. I'm gonna listen to his podcast more because you know what his podcast consists of?
What?
In under 3 hours, it's him, the other two people that he has on regularly, and like a random guest, like BSing about stuff for under 3 hours. That is the podcast, and it's actually funny. Like I've enjoyed listening to it. It's also very insightful because they were talking about the whole Australia Grand Theft Auto 5 man situation on this recent episode. And I'm like, they handled this fairly well, considering the subject matter. Yeah, esports stuff. To be fair, all I know is League, and I even disagree with the esports player rep for League because I'm like, who? Who are you? So I don't know the rest of the scenes, so I can't fairly judge the category. But I think Samsung White should have a strong consideration considering their performance this year. They were dominant in the World Championships. They were the best team, bar none. Although, is there? I have no idea. Like, if you're gonna pick a second league team, there's only two options. Either pick Starhorn World Club because they made it to the finals against Samsung White, and were one of only I think two teams to get a game off of Samsung White during the World Championships. One of two. I think the other one was Cloud9. I think. Someone else managed to get a game off of Samsung White during the World Championships.
Hmm.
Like, one of those two should be considered. But yeah, I don't know. That's just me. So yeah. Any thoughts on the last like few things? Even though we kind of blitzed through them.
Nah.
Yeah, the only one I disagree with like outside of that is like Hearthstone for mobile, and I'm like, yeah. But otherwise than that, like all those are fine picks. Most anticipated, it's like there's 5 games, one of which we didn't get to see stuff until this week. In all honesty, so yeah. That will move on to the world exclusives that got shown off at this year's Game Awards.
And by world exclusives, we mean pretty much a lot of
You
them
mean
we've
world
already
premieres,
seen.
not world exclusives?
Yeah, some of them weren't that much. Uh, I guess I'm gonna have to scrolling down the list because we'll like go back through a couple different videos. We got Adrift, which looked kind of interesting.
I have seen this idea done before. The only difference was you actually landed on a planet and you were trying to survive on the planet that was ice cold while paying attention to your oxygen levels, your temperature levels, your pressure levels, your overall health, which included your uh, hygiene, your hunger, your thirst, your
So
your
what, so what you're saying is a game that makes you
comfort.
too much, making you do too much goddamn work to enjoy it.
Oh yeah. Plus the fact that you're on a giant barren planet with nothing left on the planet but the remains of your ship. They
Let's see.
they they had a really great idea. It was a great idea, but they just implemented way too much. I mean, I guess yeah, that would be the way it is, considering that would be how it would be in real life if you were in space and trapped there. But it's a game. You're supposed to be able to enjoy it. There shouldn't be that much to pay attention to.
Let's see. Dungeons Defenders 2 got announced, which, yay. Also, they're doing a stupidly cheap deal for Dungeons Defenders 2 when it comes to, like, the game and the collector's edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
An untitled Haze-like game, which was certainly a thing.
Still don't know
All,
what the heck it is, but okay.
yeah. Bloodborne got some co-op gameplay shown off. Tacoma, which looks very much inspired by Bioshock.
Which I'm really excited for because that makes me think, oh my god, I'm actually going to be able to play a game that was as amazing as Bioshock, possibly.
Probably not.
I hope so.
Before, which looked like a thing.
I don't even remember before.
A bunch of animals and stuff. Let's see. Metal Gear Online got shown off for the first time, which looked pretty good. Mario Maker got more of it shown off,
Oh,
which
but
that looks.
that was a world premiere.
Yes, world premiere, even though I got it shown off at E3. More Dying Light shown off, more Battlefield Hardline shown off, more Code
Now,
Steam shown
you
off.
now you just kind of like jumped over the Dying Light thing. That was the first implementation of story in anything involving Dying Light. So I have to kind of put a little bit more focus onto that than you did.
Oh.
That is one of the first implementations, period, of story within Dying Light when it comes to, like, showing it off. That is the first time that they've done something about the story with this game. So I was excited when I watched this because it gave a little bit more depth into what's the game actually going to be like instead of just going, oh, it's, you're running around, it's like you're in Mirror's Edge, but also in Dead Island.
All right. More Witcher 3, more 1886, which, listening to the Co-optional podcast, they call it the brown. One of them, Jesse Cox, calls it the brownest game of them all because it's so fucking brown in its color palette.
What game?
Order 1886.
Brownest game of them all.
In terms of color palette,
Okay, then.
it
Now, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah. I've lost all interest in Order 1886. It started out interesting with the whole possibility of a good co-op game,
And then
and
they screwed it over.
it just went downhill from there because it just doesn't look interesting anymore. It just looks like, well, you're the cover shooter that doesn't look that good.
The next game I want to talk about after you say it.
Oh, we got more Until Dawn, which is the first in a couple years, I think. Don't think Until Dawn was shown off. Hasn't been shown off for like a couple years, I think. Or no, it was shown off recently.
With this game, I can see how it's good, how it could be a really great game.
I think it'll
Because
be.
the way it's being approached, it's almost being approached like um Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain. It's almost
That
being approached in that direction, but it's a horror game. So I'm kind of excited for how well this is gonna be put through, because the way they did the premiere, if you want to call it that, it's not really a premiere.
a new
Anyway,
trailer.
anyway, the way they did that, part of me was excited to see gameplay of it, and part of me was going, Ryan, you stupid.
I've seen it
Part of
described as
me
like
was
a B
approaching
movie
that.
horror video game. So
Part of me was approaching that. Oh my god, you're such a stupid person. This is a horror game. Approach it like a horror game and not like there's a criminal inside the house you can hide under the bed and you'll be safe. That never works. You walk into the bedroom after a criminal's coming after you and you see a window and your bed. I'm sure as heck not getting under the freaking bed. I'm jumping out the freaking window.
But it's cold outside, and all she had on was a towel.
I don't care. I'll break a leg if I have to, if that means I'm getting away from this criminal and I'm able to get somebody to come help me. Screw the bed.
More No Man's Sky showing off, and I was talking to Tommy before the podcast about this. We actually don't know what the fuck the gameplay of No Man's Sky is.
At all.
Yeah. Like,
We
Locke,
don't,
think about that for a second. What
I
do
want to
you
know
do
what
in
the
No Man's Sky?
story. All I know is it's a space game. Apparently, it's completely random, and there's an infinite number of stuff you could do. Um, Apparently, it's like a really big and well done game with an amazing space feature. Apparently,
Yeah, but we know nothing about any type of story. We don't know anything about any gameplay. Hell, apparently, I'm, again, listening to Toe Biscuit. I'm referencing a lot of Toe Biscuit recently. Probably doesn't help that I watched a podcast of his today where he was talking about some of this stuff. Uh, he was talking about how the trailers we've seen, there aren't actually gameplay. They're pre-rendered.
really,
Yes.
I figured that was gameplay.
They're they were thinking it wasn't gameplay. It was pre-rendered. And they've been very vague on a lot of the gameplay stuff. So that doesn't help. That makes me lose interest in this game, although apparently there's a game like No Man's Sky, but it's out and it's good, and that's Star Citizen, which I might check that out in the next couple days.
I've heard of Star Citizen,
Yeah.
but don't you have to get some kind of thing to actually get into it?
I'm gonna be looking into that in the next couple
Some
days.
some kind of a pass?
I don't know. So I'm gonna look into it in the next couple days.
Yeah, it's not actually out. It's in beta, but it's not actually out. It don't come out until 2016.
What, Star Citizen?
Yeah,
So
because it's in robertspaceindustries.com.
there's
Because I've
half a dozen
actually
games
looked
out
into
now that
this.
are in beta and or alpha.
I've actually looked into this, and the game is actually really well done. I thought it was really cool. I got to see a little bit of it, but I think it's really well done.
Hell, do you remember Scrolls? Like what Mojang was supposed to come out next? Yeah, it's
No.
out right now.
What is it?
Scrolls.
Rolls?
Yeah, it's out right now. Like right now. Like you can get a demo of the game right now and buy into the alpha for like $20. It's a mix between a card game and I don't know what to call it, but I've played games like this before. It's this odd mix of games, but I don't know. I have to play it a little bit more to get a full grasp on it, but I might be passing on it, in all honesty. Godzilla the game coming out. I think this is a
Oh, it's like that. Okay.
so you're not interested in it either.
I've seen these games before, and they just don't go over well.
It,
They just don't do that well.
well, Godzilla the game. I think this is an import of the Japanese game I've seen a demo of, which doesn't look that good.
Here's my problem with Godzilla. I'm having problems with a lot of these games. Godzilla would have been a great game in the 80s and 90s. The reason I say it's not going to be that great of a game now is because what can you do with story for this game? Because honestly, what are games today? What is focused with games today? What is focused on with games today? We're ignoring the fact that Call of Duty, Battlefield, and Medal of Honor exist.
Okay.
We're ignoring the fact that those exist. What is the main focus of other games?
Multiplayer and how much can you destroy shit?
That's perfect for Godzilla.
Did I not just say we're ignoring the fact that Call of Duty, or better yet, we're ignoring the fact that first-person shooters exist?
Oh.
What is
Okay,
the main
then.
focus in games?
Okay, then absolutely nothing because no one plays anything besides that anymore.
Story! For Christ's sake, look at Grand Theft Auto 5. That game would be nothing without story.
You can do story with Godzilla. The recent movie proved that.
The recent movie proved that you can make a movie out of Godzilla and have it be good.
Why can't
Yes.
you do that with a game?
Because the game is going to be so childlike that nobody's going to take it seriously enough to actually give the story a chance. Even if it's an okay story, the problem is they're going to think, oh, it's a Godzilla game. You get to play as Godzilla and destroy cities. Whoop-de-doo. I'm going to go play freaking, I don't know, Dragon Age or
So
Tekken 7
let me
or
get this straight here then. Essentially, what your argument is based around is that people will blow this off because it's a Godzilla game, correct?
yes, because of the fact that they know the past history with Godzilla games was that it was your Godzilla, destroy stuff. Okay, that's it.
What
Ah,
exactly have you already done, Glock?
What?
You just did the exact same thing your argument's based around. You did the
to be
exact
honest,
same thing your
Yes and
argument is
no.
based around. You were
Yes and no.
you were blowing this game off from the start. You're not even taking a chance at looking at it.
I want something that focuses around the story instead of it just being, it's a Godzilla game, come play.
What do you
well,
know about it so far?
It's a Godzilla game, come play.
how the fuck can you actually judge it?
That's my point. I don't want it to just be one of those games where it's all focused around the hype because of the name, because of the fact that it has Godzilla in it. I don't want one of those games. I want a game that I can play even if I don't know anything about Godzilla. I want to be able to play it and have a full complete story that can get me into Godzilla. I don't want a game that is just a bunch of crap thrown out so that you can, pretend to be a giant monster and destroy a city. I don't want that. Again, this is personal. Well, not again, but now I'm talking about this is personal preference. This game does not interest me because
I think you're jumping the
what
gun,
can
Glock.
you do with story that hasn't been done already?
I don't
In
know.
movies. What can
Adapt
you do
any
with
of the
story
movies?
in this game that hasn't been done in the movies already? Because how long has Godzilla been around?
Why does it have to be something that's not already in the movies?
Because movie remakes never work.
No.
It doesn't have to be a
Movie
movie
to
remake.
game transitions never work. It could be the same story and they could ignore the fact that there is a movie with the exact same story out there.
Yeah. And to be honest, Glock, the Godzilla movies aren't actually about the story of Godzilla.
They're actually about the story of the people.
Yes.
Putting Godzilla's perspective into things might make for an interesting story. But again, there is no details as to what the story is going to focus around.
That's because this
I
game
need
literally got
more.
announced last week, and you're jumping the gun.
You're doing
I'm jumping
exactly
the
what your argument was.
I'm
Yeah.
jumping the gun because of past experience with Godzilla games.
Exactly. Exactly. Your whole argument there. Your whole
Okay,
argument is
okay,
the exact
okay,
reason why
okay,
you're
okay,
blowing
okay.
this game off.
All right, fine. Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts.
Hmm.
Everyone is so excited because of Kingdom Hearts 3. Why? Because the past games were amazing. Final Fantasy 14.
Okay. Hold on just a second.
Or better yet, no, Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns. How many people actually gave a crap that that game existed?
Hey, Glock. Advanced Warfare.
Why?
Had all the hype, had all the follow, people got their hands on the game, it sucks. It can work both directions.
Yeah.
It can work both directions, but in most cases it works the direction that I just I want I want something to actually give me faith in this game. Cuz I think it would be amazing to have a Godzilla game that could be more in depth into Godzilla's perspective of things. Because in the movie, the new movie of Godzilla, Godzilla didn't even care about the freaking people. Godzilla was more focused on destroy this creature now. Was he not?
Yes. And if you look and if you interpret certain events, you see the story there in terms of Godzilla's perspective.
Exactly. That's why the Godzilla movie, in my opinion, was good. I want that same feeling with this game. And the reveal trailer, even though it's just a reveal trailer, makes me doubt the fact that that will exist.
I think you need to wait a bit, wait to see what this game's actually going to be, or if this is going to be the game from that's out in that's got a demo out in Japan right now. Which, if it is, you might be right on that one, because I've seen the demo and it doesn't look that good, especially graphically. But anyway, we're going to move on. Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris, a four-player co-op Lara Croft game. And by Lara Croft game, I mean the one that came out on Xbox Live a couple years ago. I don't remember the name of it. What was the name of it?
Laura Croft and the Guardian of Light?
Yes, yes, that
That
was it.
sounds right.
A new King's Quest game coming from Sierra. Uh, Human Element,
Now,
which
what
was
is that? Because I don't remember that coming up in the show. I don't remember this.
what? Which one?
Human Element.
It was towards the end of the show, and it looked like Rage. In all honesty, and I think it's a multiplayer only game, so it's very much like Rage.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, this is
so
definitely like Rage.
oh, so great. A game that when the servers go down, the game's going to be useless.
Believe so. And finally, we got Legend of Zelda Wii U off-screen gameplay, and then a tease for Star Fox because Nintendo are assholes.
Isn't Destiny the same way, though?
What?
The servers go down and the game's utterly useless?
Yes
True.
and no. They could, in theory, patch it right before the servers get took down to allow you to still play the game by yourself.
Which would be all the single player stuff, so you can do like the raids and all that, all the like co-op stuff. But you could probably still play the single player, which is the weakest part of Destiny. So
But I mean, they could patch it to where it could be useful without the servers.
yeah,
Would it be any good? Probably not. But yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah. That was everything that got shown off. Like, some of the stuff we've already seen plenty of, and eh. You're either, like, looking forward to this game or not. Uh, Other new stuff that shown off was, like, very conceptual and might be interesting, but eh.
Okay, with Human Element, I just got finished watching it. I got a huge Borderlands crossed with Rage vibe.
I thought Rage was already Borderlands-y.
Rage isn't as Borderlands as people might think it is.
Oh.
Borderlands was out there. That's one of those games, it was out there. Rage was more of the. You're the last person of your kind, you're gonna save us all.
Oh. Is there anything anyone wants to take a closer look at out of this big old chunk of stuff? Because we got another big chunk of stuff to talk about after this, just to let you know.
If y'all are willing, we could look at the Godzilla thing, and then I could give more insight as to why I feel the way I do.
I think we're good on that one. I think we're good.
What about No Man's Sky? Because we were all talking about how it's pre-rendered. We could look at it and see whether or not we feel that it's pre-rendered.
Might give that a second look.
All right, well,
Find where No Man's Sky is in this damn list.
Yes.
it's right above Godzilla.
Oh.
Okay, there it is.
Hurt. 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 There it is.
Add.
Oh, just to let you know, I have something for you after the stream.
Oh lord.
Okay. By the way, what is Codename Steam?
You know how XCOM plays?
Yeah.
It's very much. Well, it's not really XCOM. It's more Valkyria.
Oh, that's that game with the bear that you can play as.
Yes, it's very. We saw it back at E3. It's very Valkyria Chronicles.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm ready.
Yep, same here.
Nope. Nope. Stop. Stop. Really trying to play on its own. All right, let's take a look at No Man's Sky and see if we can figure out if it's pre-rendered or not. In 3, 2, 1, go. And I have no sound on this at all.
Oh.
Check your volume.
I did.
Oops. I had mine muted.
Did we stop?
I'm good.
Okay.
Oh, there it goes. I said to mute it and unmute it.
Okay. I can see where they would. I can see where it could be pre-rendered.
Yeah. But there's still the point of, like, what do you do in No Man's Sky? Do you just explore? Is that it?
I think that's gonna be what it's like. I think it's gonna be like just an exploration game.
That's kind of like the same, like, kind of problem that Minecraft kind of has. It's like, there's no definitive objective or thing you do in Minecraft, so...
That's why there's so much content for it, though.
But you need a community for that.
I definitely could see where this could be pre-rendered, because this feels like the space travel is just too simplistic.
I was gonna say,
It
Almost like
works
it's
way
flawless.
too well. That is my problem. It seems like it works way too well. And you have a gun, apparently, so hunting might be a part of the game.
through the GUI portal.
That I can definitely see it being pre-rendered because that just looks too smooth.
Yeah,
That looks far too smooth.
but the thing is, with having a lot of content behind it, you need a community to do that.
Okay.
If No Man's Sky doesn't have a community, it will fail. on that
Okay.
aspect.
And you got to remember something too.
When
Minecraft,
Minecraft came out, it yeah.
Minecraft when it came out, while it did not have the community at first, it still had a basic premise behind it.
Yeah.
The goal of it was you simply survive. And it was more of a case of try to see how long you could survive.
Yep.
So with this is are they trying to tap into that kind of concept with it and then hope
Honestly,
from
with
there build a
something
community that can just branch out to whatever they want?
honestly with something like this, I think I could be okay with that.
I mean, I think it would work.
Yeah.
I think it's more
And
of
with
a
what they're
mimic
saying,
kind of concept by if that is the case and it's kind of mimicking Minecraft there, but it's doing so in a different aspect. Rather than
and on
blocks
top
for
of that,
everything, it's actual looking like it's real items.
with me, I feel like they could do something as a step up from Minecraft, take people's creations, and you know how you're able to go into a warp drive thing?
Turn it into one of the extra worlds.
Yeah.
Put
Have
it
like a
into
seed
the
system in there.
worlds,
Yeah.
put it into the worlds, and then make it to where people's creations can start to deteriorate over time. So you could build an entire city and then have the ruins remain and just kind of like, create this entire world, create a story with it. Then again, that would be really difficult to do, I'm
My
sure.
only
This
thing,
game is stupidly ambitious. I
my
think that's going to be kind of their downfall.
that and my only thing is okay, if they're trying to tap into a more realistic Minecraft, what was Project Spark?
Project Spark was more of a cartoony Minecraft. Project Spark was not meant to be realistic at all. You're going up against goblins and demons and stuff like that.
Sure, that's more like super fantasy
That's more
Minecraft.
yeah, that's more it's not even Minecraft, it's more of a Little Big Planet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more of a Little Big Planet in that aspect.
But still,
Yeah.
you're not dealing with blocks.
Yeah.
You're dealing with stuff that actually has forms.
Yeah.
Little Big Planet, you're dealing with stuff that actually has forms.
Yes, but you're dealing with it on a 2D plane. Little Big Planet's more about a 2D plane, unless you're really creative and you create a 3D plane with it.
And I've seen people do it too.
Yeah. But by design, it's a 2D. It's more 2D.
Yeah.
Whereas Project Spark and this are very much more the 3D.
Not to
I
mention,
mean,
right now, we don't even know if there is a creator tool for No Man's Sky.
we don't know anything about No Man's Sky.
And you've got
Other
to
than you
sit
fly
back
around
and
in a ship.
Yeah.
you've got to sit back and think about that too. There is so many years of back work as far as the Minecraft community goes, just setting up something to allow things like the plugins and mods and stuff like that to work.
Yeah, there was a lot that was put into that.
So that's one of those, if there's not a creator program for this, is there going to be a community that's willing to make that creator platform?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys know it or not, but the whole Craft Bucket project kind of got took down along with anything with it. So right now the Minecraft community is kind of down to what can we do as far as client and server side mods.
Yeah. I
So
will say, no matter what happens in No Man's Sky, at the end of the day, I think it should go down in history as one of the most ambitious games, most ambitious games in history.
yeah,
It's really ambitious in what it wants to do, but now that I listened to Obiscuit and he pointed out these things about the game, I'm like, I'm doubting the success of this game now because he's right. He's honestly right. Like, we don't know anything about No Man's Sky at all. And a lot of people are being like, oh, it's the next big thing. It's this huge thing that's going to redefine video games and all this other shit. And I'm like, that is the fucking death sentence for any game, in all honesty.
Yep.
You get that fucking hype, you're dead on arrival. Because no one can deliver on that. No one can.
Well, there
Not
have been
when
a
you.
couple cases where it somehow worked.
Okay, so a rare select few have been able to pull it off. I don't think No Man's Sky
Very,
can do it.
very rare
Yeah.
select few.
Not from what I've heard from from Toba Biscuit and crew. This game, it it's either going to succeed really well or it's going to flop so hard it's going to hurt. Like, it's
Yeah.
going to physically hurt reading about it because I'm gonna be like, I feel bad for this game and for the people behind this because it's a small dev team on this one, super small dev team. So I feel bad. I will feel bad if this game like flops that hard. I don't know if anything else. Because
But at
like,
the same time, you've got to think if they pull this off, they're not going to be small anymore.
true.
If they somehow pull this off, they're going to become a big company no matter what.
Yeah,
This is going to make them big.
that's if they succeed.
And
That
it's
is
a
the thing.
big if.
Yeah, that is if they succeed. If they fail, it will flop hard and it will hurt to read about it.
It,
At
it
least for
will
me,
and
because I'm gonna be like,
it will also most likely kill their company.
yeah,
Which is disappointing because I mean they do seem like they have a pretty good idea of how to make a game.
yeah,
So that'll disappoint me a lot if that happens, but we've just got to wait and see.
yeah,
Hope for the best, I guess.
yeah. Uh, the other thing I would kind of want to look at is Metal Gear Online, but it looked like what we've seen in Metal Gear Solid 5 already, except online. So it's not that interesting, but it still looks good. So,
Metal Gear Online, are they pretty much taking up the same idea that that other game did, that GTA 5 did with the online multiplayer being a separate game?
no, it comes with the game.
Okay. I was
No,
about to
it's free of
say,
charge. It comes with, it's free because it comes with the game.
well, at least they did one thing right. Well, not one thing. They
GTA
did
5
both.
comes with GTA 5, GTA Online comes with the game, but they're kind of billing it separately in a
Wait,
certain
wait,
way.
wait, 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 wait. GTA Online comes with the game?
Yes.
Uh, um, you mean MGO on, or you mean Metal Gear Online?
Okay, now you got me confused.
GTA Online came out on a separate date as if it was a game in itself.
Oh, yeah, I don't know about that in terms of release date, but I know it's coming free with the game.
Okay. Yeah, I
And
know that much.
yeah,
But I mean that's what I'm hoping they're not approaching because
I don't think they will.
that disappointed a lot of Grand Theft Auto fans that wanted to get on that wanted to hop on the multiplayer,
Yeah,
quick, fast and in a hurry and then found out, "Oh, there's no multiplayer right now." What?
yeah. Although we knew about that ahead of time, so I'm just saying, y'all should have
Yeah.
saw that coming. Yeah, yeah, it looks like Metal Gear Solid 5. It looks good for Metal Gear Solid 5, but Metal Gear Solid 5. What do you expect?
You want to watch the Until Dawn trailer so we can scream at the stupid woman to jump out the window?
No, because I don't want to scare a stupid woman in a B horror movie. Where the point is people are dumb in a horror movie.
Oh dear God. You would think you would think that they could make some kind of a horror movie with intelligent people within it. But apparently not. Apparently everybody makes a stupid choice that gets
Sure
them
it is.
killed.
Sure it is. It's called Cabin in the Woods, I think.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's an
I
intelligent
agree.
horror movie.
Yeah,
Uh,
that I agree with. That
the what was it? Uh, can't think of it. Bruce Campbell, his trilogy movies, they got him really famous.
not Silent Hill.
No, uh, Necronomicon, uh, Ash Williams. I can think of everything except the name of the goddamn movie.
Final Destination?
No, that is definitely not that that series.
What's his name?
Ash Williams, the Necronomicon. Uh, it had a fucking video game. God, I'm having such a blank.
The Evil Dead.
Evil Dead. The new Evil Dead is an intelligent horror movie, from what I've seen from a review.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My thing is,
And technically, it could be considered a sequel to the first movie
yeah,
with the little hints and nods in it.
my thing is, there is not enough movies where the people within it are actually smart. Because I mean, you look at a horror movie. What's a really big cliche with horror movies? That guy sitting in the middle of the movie theater yelling at the TV screen, telling the stupid hoe to run. Everybody else around him hates him because he won't shut up, but it's the thing. He's the one telling the stupid hoe to run because she's too stupid to run.
Oh. Well, it's
Just
well, I saw one article call it a B horror movie, which that's kind of half the fun of it is stupid people getting fucking slaughtered.
yeah,
So in a sense, that's part of the what Intel wants to do. It's also a part of the whole you're in control of this character. If you make something, you make a stupid fucking mistake, it's your own fucking fault.
my question with that is, does that mean that permadeath could be a thing with this?
If it's like Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain, especially Heavy Rain, probably. Although that's not the best company to have, in all honesty. Because Heavy Rain was not that good, and Beyond Two Souls is worse.
Heavy Rain, I thought was a really good story.
The problem is, it says "fuck you" on the mystery, and that is the worst mistake to make when you do a mystery game. Is to purposely lie to the audience. Is to give them the evidence and say no, no, we lied to you. That is the biggest fucking problem you can have as a mystery if you do a mystery story and you purposely lie to the audience.
Yeah, yeah, I
So
agree. Because
unfortunately, the story
that
falls apart
that
because of that.
that reveal for who it was, that was yeah,
Yeah, I say it's decent, but it fucks up because it's like because it tries to be too smart about it, and it's like, oh, you might have been controlling the player, controlling this character during this exact fucking scene, but nope, no, that's not how it went. The game purposely lies to you. And that is the
yeah.
worst thing you can do as a fucking mystery story, is to lie to your audience. So It is not. It by that, it's not a good story for me.
My thing is, if it could have possibly made it to where you suffer from split personalities and your mind made you feel as if you were this and doing that when really it was all in your head and your body was doing this.
Then it's a bit cliche because that's a bit played out at this point, but that's
I
not what it
think
did.
that would have
So
worked a little bit better than what happened, though, don't you think?
maybe depends on how they write it. But anyway, we got another big old batch of things to talk about.
Yep, time to talk about the PlayStation experience.
Yeah, I didn't realize this was like a whole big press conference thing.
Yeah.
I realized it was until they fucking came on air, and I'm like, oh, it is. Okay. So yeah, running down what was shown off there. Uncharted 4: Thief's End was shown off for the first time. Drawn to Death, a new thing coming from David Jaffe, creator of God of War.
I'm sure you were excited about one thing, Jeremy.
In all honesty, looking at this list is like, oh, sir, there's Uncharted. And
You got one thing that you're probably pretty excited for.
uh, what time? I don't even know what that is. Batman
Mm,
Arkham Knight with the third part of the fucking trailer for because they had to split it into three parts for God knows what reason.
keep going down.
I know fucking Persona 5's on their clock.
Okay.
I know what's on this fucking list, but there was nothing shown for Persona 5. Nothing.
Okay. Never
It was
mind
just
then.
like, really, it's coming out after it comes out in Japan, and I'm like, alright.
I'm
That,
actually excited for a remaster.
Fat Princess Adventures, Orcs Must Die Unchained, uh, Skytorn, Enter the Gargan, or was it Enter the Gungan? Okay.
Hang on, let me get to it. Let me get to it. Oh, Enter the Gungeon.
Gungeon, okay.
Like dungeon, but with a G.
Persona 5, which that's the same teaser we've already seen, so it is. There's only two teaser trailers, and if that says it's teaser trailer 2, it's the same teaser. Level 23, What Remains of Edith Finch, Tearaway Unfolded, Gang Beast, Grim Fandango Remastered, Yakuza 5, Final Fantasy 7, the PC port, more No Man's Sky, more Until Dawn, Killing Floor 2, Served, Bastion, Shovel Knight, with apparently a cameo by Kratos from God of War, Super Time Force Ultra, Street Fighter 5, The Forest, Ultra Street Fighter 4, Destiny, and MLB the show, MLB 15 the show, and so a whole crap ton of stuff.
I'm kind of excited for Street Fighter 5.
Well, there's another article. We'll get to Street Fighter 5 here in a bit.
Oh, there's an article for Street Fighter 5?
Huh.
Oh
You
boy.
may not like what it says.
Can I take a look?
If you want to read ahead.
He always does.
Yeah.
Oh, screw you!
I told you might not like it. Um, I will say Square Enix was trolly as fuck with the whole PC port of Final Fantasy VII on PlayStation 4. I enjoyed that, although no one's gonna fucking buy that at this point.
I will actually. I enjoy Final Fantasy 7.
Well, you can buy it on the PC for probably cheaper.
Yeah, I probably will.
Because it's gonna be the exact same as what's on the PC right now, and the PC version's probably gonna be cheap as fuck, especially with the Steam sale. Like,
Which
I'm gonna look up
honestly,
how much is it on Steam right now.
I like Final Fantasy 3 better. You can ridicule me all you want. Final
I don't
Fantasy 3
even
was better.
I don't even know what the fuck is in Final Fantasy 3 outside of looking at the Dicedia cast and being like, "You're in Final Fantasy 3."
Final Fantasy 3 is It was a really well done RPG game. It was great. I loved it.
$12
Actually, it's 16.
on Steam.
Final Fantasy 3? Yeah.
I was about to say 7 is $12 on Steam.
That should tell you something though. Final Fantasy 7 is 12. Final Fantasy 3 is 16. That should tell you something about the game.
Uh,
If the Final Fantasy game is more expensive than the game that everyone points to when it comes to Final Fantasy, that should tell you something.
well, I don't know where to start with any of this. So, where y'all want to start? On like, what do y'all want to watch?
Uh, I kind of want to watch the trailer for
Words, sentences, phrases.
Until Dawn, because I don't know if that's a new trailer or not.
I assume it's the same one because it looks like a scene from the same fucking thing.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, it is. It's the same one. They
Okay.
might have did like an alternate path, but it's not
Now,
worth it to watch.
Bastion, is that some kind of remake for the PS4? Or is it another
I
Bastion game just with the same name?
doubt it's the same game. Let me look. I think it's probably just like a PlayStation 4 release of it.
Okay. I was about to say, if it's another game, I kind of am excited for that. What?
What in the butt?
Kratos is in Shovel Knight?
Did you not hear me say when I said Shovel Knight with Kratos cameoing from God of War?
No, because he doesn't listen to you.
What?
Probably it's like something for the PlayStation version of the game where it's like, oh, we have Kratos in here.
It's apparently a boss that he's fighting.
Uh,
Okay. What the frick is Super Time Force Ultra? I want to find out what that is.
I think I've seen it, but I don't quite remember it.
Y'all want to watch it?
I guess. That's it. We end off with Uncharted 4 because I think like two out of the three of us are gonna want to watch that, even though I've already seen it because I've seen. I at least caught the Uncharted demo.
Yeah, I really want to see it. I'm. I've never played a game of. I've never played a single Uncharted game, but I still love it
You
for
need
some reason.
play an Uncharted game. Like Uncharted 1 is honestly the weakest of the three.
The
That's just
first
because,
one.
yeah, that's just because of the gameplay. Like it
First
wasn't
one's
until
really
2 and 3 that they got the gameplay really down pat and got it really good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good
that's
to
the only
know.
reason one is the weakest is because the gameplay wasn't that good. It also didn't help that it's possibly the buggiest one because it was a PlayStation launch and PlayStation 3 launch title, so you can see the problem there.
Yeah. All right, I'm ready when you are for Super Time Force Ultra. Oh my god!
What?
What?
Put the letters together for Super Time Force Ultra.
And
Tommy got it.
I got it, but I'm like, is that supposed to mean something? Because unless it's intentional, I don't care. Because you can do that with any game.
Oh, STFU.
Alright, guess we shall start up Super Time Force Ultra in 3, 2, 1, go.
That was supposed to be a dun-dun-ch, but no. Okay.
No, it's not giving what
Okay. Oh my god.
Yeah, we'll just like crash into Sony headquarters.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh my god. I'm in love with this already. It's like PS4's freaking response to Broforce, and I love it.
But this came out. This came out before on different consoles. So
It did?
yes,
Okay.
or at least Super Time Force. I don't. I think this might be a new version of the game.
I love it. I
Granted, Broforce is more like poking fun at action movies and like referencing every single 80s and 90s action movie ever. All right, what else do we want to look at?
we could look at Street Fighter 5 if y'all are interested in it.
Yeah, because we'll be talking about that in our last article. New stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, gotta shove that in my face, cause
I know
hatred
people are
has no
upset about
ground.
that. I know people are upset about that.
I get ads all the time.
Don't worry, I do
I
too.
get no ads ever.
Fixing. I'm not saying that. I'm not going
But
to. I was
oh
gonna
yeah,
say I'm fixing to turn on ad blocker and just say fuck it. But no,
aw.
I'll wait. I'll be nice.
You'll give them that ad revenue.
Someone's got to. Glock's
Yeah.
obviously not.
Nope, cause I don't care.
He wants the internet to crash.
Honestly, I want to see how many people would die if the internet crashed.
All right. Take
Anyway,
a look at Street Fighter 5 then if we're all set.
yep.
Yep.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh god, pause, 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 pause.
God damn it.
Glock.
Restart. Sorry. It like froze for a second. It was almost like Flash decided it was gonna bug out.
All right, then try this again from the top in 3, 2, 1, go.
May contain content inappropriate for children. Capcom.
Making content that I don't give a damn about.
この道を進むのみ
私のクンフー見せてあげる
Okay, am I the only one who thinks this looks like Street Fighter Cross Tekken?
Yeah.
It really looks like Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Yeah.
Except for some upgraded parts and stuff.
これで終わり
And apparently stage destruction, which is, I think, a first for Street Fighter.
It is. Well, we didn't get to see the Hadouken.
But you have to hear him say Hadouken, which is good enough. Also, it's console exclusive on Street Fighter 5. I think it's also coming to PC.
Can I just give them a giant middle finger right now?
Well, that gives you a reason to buy PlayStation 4 on top of all the Uncharted games.
They're getting a giant middle finger right now.
God.
Take it in, because you're getting two giant middle fingers.
Alright, well. I got nothing else, because Drawn to Death doesn't seem that interesting, because it's like, oh, it's an arena shooter, and I go, out.
Wait, what? What game?
Drawn to Death, it's an arena shooter.
Okay.
So I'm like,
What about Grim Fandango? I want to see the remastered version. I want to see what it's like.
I think we've already seen remastered. Yeah, we've
Have we?
remastered. Yeah, we have. Because we talked about it like a couple months ago, I want to say.
But we didn't see anything for it, did we?
Might have. Yeah, I think we have.
What the heck is Yakuza 5?
long,
Obviously it's a fifth game to a series, but like
kind of like it's kind of like Grand Theft Auto in certain senses of the word, but not really. It's one of those odd little franchises that doesn't get much attention, but it's enough for it to sell.
well,
Honestly,
it looks interesting.
I also want to say just hit up Uncharted for move forward. Talk about the last article so we can move on because it's getting pretty long already.
Works for me. Buffering it now.
Yeah,
Alright, let me scroll up and try to
Adage
buffer.
again. I know it.
right at the top. Granted, it also doesn't help that this nose long as fuck.
So what is Drawn to Death exactly?
It's an arena shooter that's got an art style of like the kid's sketchbook. That are all these different characters from this kid's mind as he's like in class drawing stuff. So it's working in like stuff he's learning about in school with these very odd characters. It's an arena shooter with different stuff essentially. But to be honest, I'm not that interested in it.
Alright, well I'm ready.
Alright,
Same here.
take a look at it. Take a look at it. Uncharted 4 demo in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, 15-minute long demo. We might stop after like halfway through this.
I don't know, I actually kinda like the demo. I think I've seen it.
I believe you have because I told you there was an Uncharted 4 demo and you immediately watched it.
Yeah, this is the one where he sneaks through and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, and then he meets that specific person at the end.
Spoilers: he meets his older brother, who's played by
Yeah.
Troy Baker.
Yep.
Where the hell are you?
Yeah, that's who he's looking for the entire fucking time. It looks really nice.
It really
Granted,
does.
Uncharted games have always looked really nice.
Yeah.
Whoa. Huh. Where to now?
Although, yeah, representing Cold Biscuit Podcast, Jesse Cox was saying that Nathan Drake doesn't really look like Nathan Drake, and I don't see what he's talking about. It looks like Nathan Drake. I don't know.
Probably the advanced model imaging.
Maybe, although it's supposed to be an older Nathan Drake. But even
Not
compared to...
much older.
No, he still looks like Nathan Drake.
That's not reassuring.
Nope, not reassuring at all.
He was comparing it to, like, Sylvester Stallone, like, back in the day to how he looks now, and I'm like, I don't see it. Maybe it's just me.
Maybe a little, but I mean, it's not that big.
Yeah. It's not like a fucking deal breaker.
Yeah. The controls look really smooth so far.
Yeah, they did a lot of neat things with this, which we'll get to ish.
It's refreshing.
Like a lot of the good stuff from this demo doesn't start till like halfway through.
We should watch all the way through it. I mean, it's not like we have to go to work tomorrow. At least I hope one of y'all don't have to go to work tomorrow.
I don't know if Tommy does.
Nope.
Wait, Tommy has to work on Saturdays?
I don't know. What part of that? What part of what I said meant yes?
I heard I don't, but Tommy does. That's what I heard.
I said I don't know, but Tommy might.
Oh, hey. Seen anyone come by here? Tall, lanky, filled with big, stupid ideas about pirate treasure.
Again, I say, why are you talking to a dead body?
Because it helps
Bad luck, huh?
relax him.
I
Like,
find
look-
that I find that humoring. Now, did you notice the hand? He was
What?
actually controlling the hand.
Oh.
When he looked at it. I could tell because it started to go backwards and then it stopped and then turned back forward and then it went backwards.
They.
So the player was actually looking at that.
I think they've had that before. Been a while since
They've had it before, but it looked so much smoother there. I just barely caught that right there. And that was only because of a mistake with the controls.
Here's the first neat thing they've introduced, which is should I guess liven up platforming a bit.
Yeah. That looks like it could get annoying, though, because you actually have to put it back into the ground, or back into the wall, instead of it just doing it automatically, because I could tell, considering one of the events that happens a little bit later, or actually right over here. You'll see.
Yeah.
That could become a problem, because somebody could make a mistake easily and just fall to their death.
Well, then it's your own fucking fault.
Yeah.
It's not the game's fault. It's your fault for fucking up.
Yes, you should fuck up less.
Yes.
And that right there gives me the thought that if you don't jump high enough, even if you do put it into the ground, you can still fall to your death. The fact that he slid down that far?
Yeah.
You don't jump far enough, you could still fall to your death, even if you have it in the wall.
Which once more means you fuck up. It's your own fault.
Enormous leap away.
Now, I've got to ask, why is it that wherever Nathan Drake goes, well, trouble follows?
Because it's inspired by, like, Indiana Jones style movies. Like, no adventure ever goes well.
Yeah.
It's kind of the trope of the genre.
Yeah.
And the gang's all here.
I love how they took inspiration from Indiana Jones.
Well, it's... Plus, Indiana Jones is more the genre Indiana Jones is a part of. Although, that's a nice touch for stealth, of, like, kind of alerting you when you're not... when it's off-screen of someone that's there.
Yeah,
That way you...
that'll help you to keep from being
blindsided.
Yeah. Why didn't he just assassinate him when he turned around? Would have been a lot easier.
Because they have a specific script they stick to for these demos.
Luck eventually runs out.
Give me that.
I want to know how much of this voice work was actually implemented to to be used throughout the game, the real game, whenever you're walking and playing.
I'm sure they have a good bit of dialogue that's just there for, like, when you're just walking about.
Jesus. These guys are everywhere. Flags. Don't use too much.
Hell, I'm sure some of these nights are scripted for this area depending on conditions.
Yeah.
On the ledge! Ah, crap!
Doing water effects because why not? Now, I wonder if they'll show the glitch that happened during the conference, because I did catch this during the conference.
There was a glitch.
Mm-hmm. Now, I like that just because it makes the game a little bit more cinematic. Just being like, that's a cool moment.
Yeah.
Just to be able to have a cool moment like that you'd see in a movie is cool.
So what was the glitch?
If it was going to happen, it happened around here. Like, Nathan Drake fell off there, and, he went plummeting through the map.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was kind of funny. But it happened around there, so it's not in this. I guess it was supposed to be one of the moments of like, yes, this is an actual demo, this is not scripted.
There, catch! Shit!
That's one way to get their attention off of you.
Where are you, asshole?
Up your butt and around the corner. Bye.
Nice that you can do that.
Jesus. Nathan, you never get any slack, do you?
Nope, trope of the genre.
At least it keeps his skills handy. I just noticed something.
What?
They took some stuff from the Splinter Cell games. He was shooting at the last known location of Drake. If you get out of their line of sight and you move to another spot, he was shooting at his last known location.
Oh.
You can use that to your advantage. They'll keep aiming at where they last saw you.
That's a second thing that's connected to Conviction I've seen like this past week or so. For like past couple weeks. Because Drive, like I was telling you about how Drive has a thing that I've only ever seen in Splinter Cell Conviction.
Yeah.
That's getting extremely odd.
Wait, what does Drive have in that was in Splinter Cell Conviction?
Do you know how Sam holds his pistol in Conviction?
Yeah.
Drive holds the door gun the same way.
Huh.
Clear so far. All right.
Which is a nice touch because you rarely see that.
Yeah. That was cool how he noticed that.
Yeah. But you had that split second to react to it.
Yeah.
Anything over there? Hello? Are you okay?
Well, also, the Uncharted 4 can be an unofficial crossover with Last of Us because Troy Baker's in it.
But he's not Joel.
I'm sure they'll make a reference to Joel at some point. Hell, there's references to Last of Us in Uncharted 3. And
There
Last of Us,
is.
yes.
Like
Uh,
what?
Opening of the game, there are several newspapers referencing a potential virus that sounds an awful lot like the virus that's in Last of Us. And Uncharted 3 came out long before, like a long time before Last of Us. So Last of Us was in planning for a while.
Okay. I don't think anyone saw me.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they reference Last of Us in Uncharted 4. Specifically with Troy Baker just having a line. That's very Joel-esque. Like,
Yeah.
he references his non-existent daughter. It's like, oh yeah, I have a daughter. She's a bit of a handful, but she knows her way around a gun. There's ways to do it, and Naughty Dog is not above referencing their own games.
No, they're not. They do it a lot.
Hell, they reference an Uncharted movie in Last of Us.
They do.
Yes.
There's an Uncharted movie.
No, it was a non-existent movie.
Oh. I need to see that reference. I want to see it.
Yeah, I think IGN's got a list on their wiki for Last of Us of all the Uncharted games, or of all the references in Last of Us. They even reference Jack and Dexter.
I like this part right here. If the game actually does that periodically, like the environment actually changes depending on what you grab and what you do, if that actually does that, that's going to liven that game up a lot.
They've been doing that for the last couple. It's in the last couple games, so that's nothing new for them.
Nearly shot your head off.
But I mean something that big though, just like a
They've
bunch
done
of
it in
rocks that
others.
could crush you.
I can't walk
They've
away
done
from
it in others. They
I
have.
haven't seen it
Brother?
that
Come on.
I haven't seen anything that drastic in it, other than the main events. And that's not really a main event. That's one of those, just kind of like a one mistake and you could die, type thing.
They've had stuff like that in the other Uncharted games, so maybe not that like big randomly, but it's in other Uncharted games. So
Yeah, in smaller sizes. I'm talking about in that kind of size.
all right. So PlayStation Experience had a few things that looked interesting. The rest of it was like, eh. I didn't catch it live, so I didn't see half that stuff. I might go back and watch some of that stuff. Just to see
Yeah.
what the hell it is. I'm surprised Fat Princess is getting a sequel. You haven't heard that game since fucking launch of the PS3.
Yeah.
Alright. Yes.
Can we skip this article, please?
No. One last thing before we end the articles. Street Fighter 4 is coming to exclusively to PlayStation 4 for its console release.
Street Fighter 5, not
5.
Street Fighter
My bad.
4.
Do, 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 do. I'm trying to see if there's any other noteworthy quotes. Yep, it's coming to PC as well. And it will support cross-platform play between PS4 and PC, so...
Oh, wow, really?
Yep.
That's not something you hear of a lot.
No, not really. Which, how they'll figure out the logistics of that, who knows? Sure they will. Hopefully.
Fighting games would probably be easier, in all honesty.
Yeah.
And that more comes from the fact of, especially with PlayStation controllers, you could set that up a lot easier. But, yeah.
Well then. Any other thoughts on that? Because Black Ivory Voice is being... In all honesty, there's been like exclusive releases here and there every once in a while. And Street Fighter 5 being exclusive to PlayStation 4 makes me go, well, that sucks for Xbox owners, but y'all get Lara Croft exclusive, so meh.
Fighter fan for a long time, thanks to my uncle.
Oh.
My uncle introduced me to Street Fighter a while back, and I fell in love with it.
Have you tried to troll people with Dan?
Yes,
You won with Dan?
yes.
Oh, good. Alright.
If you learn his movesets well enough, you can do a lot more with him than people think.
Well, I got nothing else for it.
Hmm.
It sucks for Xbox fans, but this kind of the thing is happening a lot recently, I would say.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Alright. So, releases. What's coming up? December 16th, if you're on the releases. Or am I jumping the gun?
Let's do it.
Alright. December 16th, Loadout for PlayStation 4. I've heard of this game. It's a very quirky kind of game.
I'm debating
Um,
on whether
hang
us
on.
doing the PC one because it's a free to play.
Oh.
I'm
Go back.
debating on doing that either for this Rampant Gaming or the first one of 2015. Not sure
Go
yet.
go go back a week. Frontline's Longest Day. Is that like Frontline Fuels of War?
I don't
Is
know.
that John? Is that series?
I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway. Kalimba! Coming to the 360 Xbox One on December 17th. Also, coming out December 16th, the new heist for Payday 2, which we might do. Like, we might do a special Wednesday stream of doing the new heist.
That's kind of why I was like, I don't know if we're going to do Loadout this Rampant Gaming or the first one of 2015.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking there's like 15 different ways we could kind of go about that.
Yeah.
Wait a
So,
minute. I thought Ground Zeroes. Oh.
PC release.
Oh. Okay.
Read the release information.
You know half of this crap isn't even correct.
Is half the time at least. Or at least most of the time. Sometimes it screws up. Meme Run, December 18th. Ground Zeroes, MGS5 coming out on the PC on the 18th to get you
What
caught
in the
up on the Metal Gear Solid
frick
5 story.
is Meme Run?
Fuck if I know, and I don't care.
I have to
Not
see this
interested.
trailer.
Toys vs. Monsters coming out December 18th for 3DS. And finally, Resogun coming out on the 23rd for PS3 and Vita. One last game coming out before Christmas.
yep.
There. And the release information is not updated. We may not have no releases to talk about.
Huh.
Yeah, because there's none listed. Like, none whatsoever.
Well then.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
Oh my god.
Here we go again.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Derailing in 5, 4, 3, 2.
What?
Waiting on you to derail us. I know what's going to happen.
I'm trying not to, but I'm sitting here watching this, and it's just.
Well, we're going to move on to quick draws. I've got one and a quick mention as well. It's not listed because I forgot it was today. It started today, but anyway. My first one makes me a little sad inside, potentially. Apparently, SMT Cross Fire Emblem may be canceled.
Huh.
Uh, Apparently, it's still on track, but rumors are floating around that the game has been canceled. The project was restarted 5 times, and problems started to come up due to certain members of the two teams not working well together. I will be extremely fucking sad if this game just like floats off into the fucking ether to never be seen. Because I was excited for this concept, but if this doesn't happen, I'll be sad. And as a quick mention, Speed Gamers are doing the Sonic Marathon this weekend for, I believe it's Rocking Age Trench. Let me double check real quick. Yep, for Rocking Age Ranch. That is the place that they host all their streams at, and is also a place for kids with cancer to come. So, 72-hour marathon of all Sonic, including Sonic Boom, which will be tomorrow from 9 to 12. So, tune in for that lovable fucking game getting played.
Lovable piece of shit.
Yes. Yeah. I will be checking out Sonic Boom at least. I'll probably watch a little bit more besides that, because they got a couple Generation stuff and some Game Gear stuff being played. I'm excited to see that. All right.
I probably won't wind up watching Generations simply because I've got the game and I kind of have yet to beat it.
Oh.
I keep forgetting I've got games that I could play, and it's like, eh.
What you need is a backloggery to tell you, hey, I've got this game. Why don't I go complete it? Because I haven't completed it yet.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right there.
I technically have a backloggery account. I just haven't filled it in with stuff yet. All right, then. Tommy, you're quick, bro.
Mine's actually something you showed right before we went up on to stream. But apparently there was a bird surfing glitch in Counter-Strike that Valve has now fixed.
How did they fix it, Tommy?
I don't know. I didn't look at that part of it, actually. I'm
Uh,
assuming you did.
They put a sign up
They
that
didn't
reads
stop
in
it with
Russian,
this.
"On bird, not tread."
They didn't stop it with the sign. They took it out.
They took it out, but then they put a sign up.
Oh, God.
You gotta love Valve sometimes. They're just like, yep, that happened. Out. But we'll at least put an Easter egg in for it from here on out.
Oh, God. Quite frankly, from that GIF there, yeah. That looks like that was a pretty exploitable thing there.
Mm-hmm. Although they say flock of birds, I only see him riding one.
Yeah, I do too. Maybe
There's two of them there.
Yeah, but that's not a flock.
Yeah, that's a pair.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is
But
two.
look, if you notice all of the colors. I know for a fact that the enemy team is the blue people, and the players' team is the orange ones.
But yellow?
So that's even more exploitable, because now you know exactly where everyone is. You can be the scout.
Oh, yeah. Plus, I'm making sure you can get outside the map through that, because you've already broken the map, as you can see.
Yeah.
The map is not supposed to be seen from these perspectives. Oops.
We did not finish making all the textures.
We didn't think anyone could get here! We didn't test the birds! We didn't think you could ride the birds, damn it!
Because who thinks of riding birds? Well, apparently these people.
No. What it is no one thinks of riding the birds. They happen to walk on top of that spot as the birds flew off on accident, and then everyone from there on exploited it.
Yeah.
My question is, could you ride the birds, like, how far up could you ride the birds?
Up until they probably killed you on the skybox.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
or to whatever their flight path is, which who the fuck knows. They might despawn after they reach a certain height, which will drop you.
Probably.
True.
I'll be honest. I would think that the best playtesters you can have are speedrunners, because speedrunners will be this creative to go, oh, birds. Let me see if I can write the birds.
Christ's sake, look at Halo and how broken they've made it.
Yeah.
Either that,
They make that game look like it is buggy as hell.
I think it's a combination between you need to get speedrunners because, like you said, they will break the game, and you need to get people that really don't care about playing the game. They just are there to kind of goof around and have fun in it.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee it to you, something like that probably was found by someone that was more just goofing around and not taking the game serious. Because, I mean,
Yeah.
I could see myself being like, ooh, birds, and go run over there and wind up in the glitch on accident.
Yeah. All right, so then
But-
back your quick draw.
Where to start?
Maybe with the title.
Alright.
I
Tekken
saw
7
this and I
lead.
ignored it.
The Tekken 7 lead is annoyed you don't like the Cat Girl. So the Cat Girl is now Asia and Europe exclusive.
Aww. What?
Now-
Internet, what have you done? What'd you do?
Now, Lucky Chloe is the name of the Cat Girl. And she was designed by Fire Emblem Awakening and No More Heroes artist Yusuke Kozaki.
You can see it. Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
What? And I quote, she is anime as hell.
Well, you fucking start with a cat girl, so you've already like reached that and reached the very anime point. So
Yep. But now I feel that this is gonna become one of those European players are gonna have an edge.
well, it depends if the character's shit or not.
It depends.
And they will probably release the character in America after a certain point, just to be like, yeah, fuck you guys, coming out of America, y'all can piss off.
Let's see. Let me quote her. Let me quote Harada. Lucky Chloe is East Asia and Europe exclusive, and I'll say again, we've
And-
more new characters on Tekken 7. She is just one of them, and she will be country exclusive or region exclusive character. We don't include her for your region. That's why I said calm down and don't worry.
Oh hell.
As if he is joking, he responded, I'm always serious. If you don't need equal, I don't release them. If you need, I'll release. That's all. No Americans want just muscle and skinhead with gun or MMA style character. Of course, I know it. Chuck Norris with firearms. Harada.
Okay.
I,
I'm gonna say this simply because I know the internet probably already has. If we had Chuck Norris with firearms, we would not need anyone else in Tekken 7.
You know what? You know what'd be hilarious if he's the weakest fucking character in the game.
oh, they.
I
so
would
need to do
laugh
that.
my ass
that,
off.
that would be hilarious.
They so need to
Just
do
to
that.
spite American fans. Like, you know what? We're gonna give you Chuck Norris, but he is a shit fucking character.
They so need to do that. They really do. I would enjoy that. if that would be great.
Yes, it would.
Because we could finally tell all of the Chuck Norris is the best fans that they could just go screw themselves. Um, and for anybody saying that Chuck Norris is the best and he could beat anybody in a fight, I'll point you to Bruce Lee.
I'll point you to
You
the
can go
last
to
few
hell.
seasons of fucking Walker Texas Ranger, where they introduced two new characters just so Chuck Norris didn't have to fight as much because the man was getting old.
Yep. But yeah, like I said, I'll point you to Bruce Lee and I'll tell you to go to hell. Anyway, this happened, and apparently none of us Americans will get Lucky Chloe unless it's by some other way. You can find a way.
I kind of wish they would release it, and since it's by the someone who did by the guy who did Fire Emblem Awakening designs, have a Lucinia costume change just for shits and giggles. It won't happen, but I would love it.
Yeah, it would be great.
You take this super serious character in Fire Emblem Awakening, and then you attach her to attach her costume to this chick. It'd be hilarious. At least I would find it hilarious. Alright. Well,
But
that.
yeah, so now we don't get that character. So be disappointed because we don't get the anime character.
Yeah.
Well, that shall do it. Tomorrow, we got Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe we'll be able to do TLCS Sunday night. Maybe. It all
Possibly.
depends. Yeah. It all depends. I'm going to consult with my uncle and see how many people can share a WWE Network account, because I have conflicting information about that. I want to say it will be enough for us to do it, but I don't know if I want to risk it, because I'm already on a shared account for WWE Network.
Yeah. Don't want to split it too far.
Yeah. I'm not sure how many people would be watching it then. So, I will make a definitive call tomorrow. So, anyway, that'll do it. For Glock and for Tommy, I'm Peace. Good night, everybody. We shall see you tomorrow for TGSR and on the next round of the Gaming Saloon in 2 weeks, post Christmas, for our end of the year show. See you then, folks.
As always, you can find the Gaming Saloon on our site at tgstgsr.org. Don't forget to follow us on our social medias, on Twitter by following at TGSaloon, on Facebook at facebook.com/thegaming on YouTube at youtube.com/TGSaloon, and on Google Plus at plus.google.com/plus TGSTGSR.org. Till next time.